Insane in the Membrane.
Hello and welcome to Insane in the Membrane's top 10 biggest episodes in no particular order. We're building up to our third anniversary and a celebrity special show with some past belters that might have gotten buried within our almost 150 episodes. Woohoo! Thanks to our patrons, without whom we wouldn't have got here. So, patrons like Steve Sargent and Carl Jones, thank you boys for doing that for us. This episode is from March 2019 and it's with my mate Rob Beckett. I've never heard yet a good quad bike story. Never ends well, does it? Never ends well. Ozzy Osbourne, Rick Mail. It's all on. It's all on.
Do you know what? You look, I've got. What, are you looking well? You're good. What have you been doing? Got a quad bike, didn't I? That's how I felt.
Next time I see you, if you say I've got a quad bike, I'm having the keys off you. I'm having the keys.
Better. I've got a six-pack now. I've not got brain. Yeah.
Mate, but you have. I mean, you've come a long way, Rob. You know, you're.
Oh, we started.
It's all on, mate.
Oh right, God. Well, hang on, be careful what I said about.
Just now, we can edit stuff out.
All right. I've been thinking about that actually because I've started doing like prime time Saturday nights. Like if I'm like out for a few beers with like some mates from South East London, you know, you can quite easily turn
effing and a jeffing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going on a stag do soon, and I thought if they all go to a strip club, I can't go. No. I just have to go. I can't go, lads.
Can't go, lads. Can't go.
Yeah, but also as well, I don't even actually like them, so it's quite a good out. Mate. You don't want to be that guy on the set goes, I'm actually not okay with this. Yeah. I just find it so awkward and embarrassing. I was with Matt Ford and we went to where was it? It was in Stratford-on-Avon, very posh, nice place, right? Yeah. So we was in a pub and it was shutting about 12. And is there anyone else to drink? There's like one bar open. I went, all right. I went, yeah, but it's like a bar, but it's like a pub, but also like a strip club. He went, yeah, but don't worry, it's like a normal pub. But just out the back, you can get a dance. So it's very. I went, what? I went, but it's the only place open. So like me and Matt was like, oh, all right, let's see. We went in it. It was just like a Wetherspoons, just like a normal pub. There was groups of girls. There was a hen do there. There was just young students drinking, like old men in the corner drink, like any normal pub. Apart from then, out of nowhere, just like. Girls just walked around in like a bikini going, do you want to dance? But
in like a Wetherspoons. Oh my God.
Oh my God, he wasn't lying. I thought this bloke, it was like obviously just going to be a strip club, but he was like, going, no, it's like a normal pub, lads. And I remember I was like, this is awful. It was so weird. But it was like all known photos in there, because there was obviously these girls in thingy. But then one of them went, oh, can I get a picture? Because I've been doing a bit of telly. I was like, that's against the rules. I went, what would happen if I asked you for a picture? She went, you'll get chucked out. That's not okay then.
So you have to be so careful now what you say on Twitter.
Yeah, I've stopped Twitter now.
Have you?
I've still got the account and I use it to like update people on like when I'm touring and stuff like that, but just bits of opinion I don't. But do you know what, I found it's made me more productive when I'm writing comedy. Yeah, right. Because sometimes I send a tweet and I thought, I've been funny today.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, well, yeah, but to no ends. Yeah. Like a couple of people looked at it, liked it, or retweeted it. What does that actually mean? It doesn't sell a ticket. It don't make you a better comic by just going, I've got a funny line about what, so-and-so thing. You know what I mean? So by not doing that, it sort of lit the fire of creativity a little bit more. Yeah, I was like, I want to produce something, rather than just like doing a tweet sort of makes you feel, And also you get so much grief back I can't be bothered with. And also, I found myself not really having an opinion on anything, just having what was the most popular opinion on social media. And I thought, and I just found myself going, that's what I'm supposed to think. And I was like, but I don't think I think like that. No. So I think by not being on it, it's allowed me to have my own opinions a bit more rather than following the sort of party line a little bit.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I suppose, because you are, you've worked really hard and you've got where you are. You're on a level that. Which is what you were striving for. Yeah. And social media helps you on the way up. But once you get there, you kind of like...
I don't even know if it does help you on the way up.
Do you not think so?
I think it's good to have a presence. I think some people, it's launched them. Someone like Mo Gilligan launched him, like Dapper Laughs. I mean, it didn't work out well, but it got him from nowhere to, a TV show that it didn't work out for him for many different reasons. But like, it can launch you. But I think really what I specialise is in live performance. Yeah. And I can do telly well. I'm good at telly, I think. But in a comedy club or like you come on tour with me and stuff like that. That's where I'm at my best. Yes. And I think as much you can be as good as you want on Twitter, but push comes to shove. The only reason I'm doing Twitter and Instagram is to get you to come and see me on tour because that's what I love doing most, and I think that's the best of me. Yeah. So if I can sort of get you, it's like a fishing net on Instagram or Twitter or doing this TV show, like get you in like, nah, this is what I'm all doing it for. So you can come and see me on, like, you know, do what I do best. So, and I think live's never going to be taken away by...
No.
It's, you know, because even look at YouTubers, they've got millions, but all they want to do is see them. That geezer who went to the ball ring just before Christmas or after, that like the guy does makeup tutorials on YouTube. He just said, I'm going to open this shop, like 10,000 people turn up. There's it doesn't matter how good your video is, they want to see it. They want to talk, they want to connect with you, you know. And I think, so like, as much as people get a bit obsessed with, I've got to have a social media presence, do that one, that's great, but if you're not good enough at comedy, all that won't matter.
There's no point,
because you can get them in, but then it'll be rubbish. There's no point,
Yeah, do you find that your comedy has changed? I think it's brilliant that, cause a lot of people, they'll start off doing live comedy and then they'll get telly and then they'll leave live comedy behind. They kind of go, I don't need that anymore. But you started in live comedy and, you know, and you're still hanging on to it. But do you feel that your television has worked now? You have to sort of change what you do on stage, or can you still be yourself?
I think what's really been good for me is because my telly work is basically me, what I do on stage, but maybe slightly not as rude or a little bit less sweary and stuff. But for me to like altogether now as a singing show that I host on BBC One, it's the most entertainment-y show you can do, and any jokes I can do are very sort of light-hearted ribbing, and it's basically crowd work that I do that I would be if I was MCing a club. But that I'm not changing who I am to do that.
No.
Where someone like Frankie Boyle or Jimmy Carr are both brilliant, but it wouldn't fit right in that world. Where for me, but I made a conscious decision when I did the pilots for any of these like BBC One things where it is like, oh, you've got to change who you are now.
Yeah, right.
I said, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and be me.
Yeah.
And I'm not changing anything about who I am to sort of fit in what I think the BBC want.
Yeah.
I'm going to be me, and if they like it, brilliant. If they don't, I won't do it.
Yeah, right.
Because in that way, you don't jeopardise anything. You turn up, I'm totally myself.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. You're not stressing about, do they want me to be a bit more like that? Do they want me to be like Anthony? Do they want me to be like Dermot? Like, I'm just going to turn up and be me, and if they want it, they want it.
Yeah.
I used to say to Ed Campbell before Mock the Week, he used to get really nervous and stressed, and we all did a little bit. But I never used to get too worked up when he was like, I was like, well, look, if it don't work out, I'll go and open a shop. Do you know what I mean? You can only work as hard as you can work,
of course,
and enjoy it and put as much effort as it can. And if it don't work, it don't work. Like, there's no point overly worrying about it. If it don't happen, it don't happen. But you just got to, try your best until that point. I think positivity is so key because it's so hard as a comic because you get so much knockback, so much rejection.
Oh, God,
you just got to believe, like just. Total belief in yourself. It's the same as when I used to do like Mock the Week, right? So that is still one of the hardest shows to do on telly.
Yeah, right.
It's like you basically on a Friday I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but sometimes you're not fully surprised by the topics. But on a Monday, basically, they used to send through. You record it Tuesday night, Monday morning. They send through about 1 million different documents, and then you just like, oh my god, I've got to get loads of stuff. I used to try and have a page of A4 on each, a minimum on each topic, right?
Yeah, right.
Different jokes, and then I'd number on which order to try and do them or when to get them in and stuff. But every time, just before we went to do it, I was like, it's not good enough.
Oh shit!
Well, yes, it's just not good enough. But that, because the negativity starts.
But
what I really worked on was that if we record at 6, at 5 o'clock, there is no point continually up until 1 minute to 6 go, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Because if you're delivering it with that mindset, like cause you've worked as hard as you can on it, so then for that hour, I just tell myself how great that was.
Yeah, right.
This is great. It's so good. So good. And even if I deep down knew it wasn't, I'd convince myself it was great. So then when I'm delivering it, you're delivering it like it's the best thing I've ever written. I'm a big believer in just, you've got to keep positive and just plough on, basically. And just not allow to... But also as well, I'm not very good at noticing when someone don't like me. Right? I don't think I've ever met anyone. Well, I've obviously met people that haven't liked me because everyone, it's mental to assume that everyone that's ever met you has liked you.
Yeah.
So even if you're the nicest person ever, you have an off day. Right? But I could not tell you who those people are. I could not.
Not an inkling, nothing.
Not even a sausage, nothing. When I did the first episode of Mock the Week, this was when I first did the episode, it was at the end of it being really tough when it was like Chris Adamson was still on it, and I think I was on with Chris Addison, Ed Byrne, Chris Ramsey, and it was still like because that when
is it quite combative?
Quite combative, right? Anyway, I didn't really. Everyone's like, so intimidating, and I thought that meant like Dara, who is lovely by the way, was going to like call me and go, "You talk over me, I'll fucking bash you."
Right.
I thought he was going to offer me out. I think for me that's intimidating, not like a roll of the eyes. And the warm-up guy said to me, "Oh God, you did so well because they were really like gunning for you there." I went, "Were they?"
Completely oblivious.
No idea. Literally no idea.
And have you always been like that right through your life, or do you think that's just since you've been doing comedy?
I think I'm a little bit oblivious because I've got a bit of ADHD, so I'm always thinking of something else. So I'm not, not very good, to pick up on that kind of stuff. But I don't know really. I just sort of bounce around for everywhere and just sort of.
Your energy's great. I've always found that with you. Like I said to you, you're always up. You're always on the up. Yeah. Like, even I imagine you. Of course you do. You're a human being. You have days where you're like,
of course.
Fuck this.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm naturally sort of like on the up. But then I do have massive like lows and and like when I was a kid, like people just assume that I've always been like, hey, I'll go out and do a big gig. But I remember like I'd get like if I just dropped a glass, I'd cry. Yeah, one of them kids, like nervous kid, anxious, worried, and then like petrified of doing talks in front of people at school and all that kind of stuff. I'm really nervous and worried. And then it's only through years of doing gigs that I've got more. When I first started, I still talk fast now, but I was like, because I was so nervous on stage. But just by repeating, like keep doing it, you sort of get more comfortable. Kind of just like hours on stage. And if I am down and not feeling right, I might listen to like motivational videos on YouTube, or if it's all too much, I'll do mindfulness. But I am up, but I have to. It's like a chemistry. I have to balance that.
Yeah, right. To work at it
with like uppers and downers of like audio, basically.
Right.
So I have to. And sometimes I'm too up, and I have to bring it down with mindfulness. If I'm too down, I'll listen to like an Eric Thomas thing where he tells me I'm the best thing that's ever existed. But you just got to just sort of balance it out.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
I think I can't listen to sad music.
Oh really?
Because I really love music, and my missus is always like, "You can't listen to sad music. What's wrong with you?" I go, "Because it makes me sad. I don't want to be sad.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm battling that sadness all the time.
Yeah,
I want to be positive, like yourself, and moving forward. I can't. I don't have time for melancholy and
but it's sometimes nice to embrace it. So if you're feeling a bit sad, just go for it whole hog.
Yeah, right.
And sometimes
sort of weeping outside of a rainy window.
Yeah, but then I sort of find that quite funny. But I think, how sad can I try and make myself?
So even you being negative is still a positive.
Yeah, but then that's the way to look at it. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember Steve Coogan saying a thing once where he was really upset about something. He was crying, like really like like when you're like broken hearted as like a 19-year-old, something like really just on your own in your room, and he sort of clocked himself in the mirror crying. He went, "It's quite funny, isn't it, grief?" Just being so like
just broken. It is good when you have those. I've had those moments where I've just collapsed and I'm bawling my eyes out, and for whatever reason, there is a definite feeling of catharsis. Like afterwards, you feel, I feel better. Yeah, so it's out.
Yeah, but I can be like, I can go for a stage where like I feel like absolutely unstoppable. Like I'm gonna fucking do anything I want. This is ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And at the point where we'll be like, will we have enough for the mortgage next week? I know for a fact there is enough for the mortgage. Yeah. Like, literally, you can look at the bank and go, right, we've definitely got at least 3 months. Right? I know for a fact.
I'm all good.
But I will be worried about the next month, even though it's sort of totally like over the top and catastrophic thinking for no reason. But then you just sort of. I use a lot of mindfulness and CBT and stuff like that to sort of acknowledge that feeling. Yeah. Sometimes if I'm feeling really fed up or like got no like respect for myself and just like you're not actually any good. Well, that's negative. Right. I write bullet point every one of those negative thoughts, right? And just log them. Then don't go over them. Just put them away, put them in my bag or whatever. And then either make a conscious decision when I'm feeling up to look at that list, and then I write my response. So it's almost like my negative brain actually talks to my positive brain. So then I go down and sometimes I laugh at it. I can't believe at some point I thought I wasn't any good at this.
I'm a legend.
Yeah, exactly. But then hopefully you're back somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, right.
And that, but I've done that before, and that really helped. Where I had that written down on one side. And I was looking at it and I was going, "That's insane! I can't believe I thought that."
Well, that's the thing. We're lucky to do what we do. But at the same time, like everything, it comes with its own stresses. Yeah, and it sounds like you've got a handle on how you handle those stresses. You got your things that you do. And
when I started 10 years ago, and then after about 2 or 3 years, I got a job doing I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now, which was a massive show on ITV2, still is obviously. Gets like 1 or 2 million viewers, which is massive, right? So that for me was a great opportunity, but I went on and I was very green. I was all right, but not as good as Russell Kane, who I was replacing. Right, Russell Kane is one of the best live performers in the country. Like when he's on full on a tour, he's incredible, right? So I was following him after him doing 3 years, and I was all right, but I got absolutely killed on Twitter. I'd say 100 tweets after every show.
Really?
Who's this shit fat idiot? Like, so stuff about like what I look like, my weight, my comedy, just everything. You know, just abuse and abuse and abuse. So like loads of it, and it was all quite new social media there as well. And then my followers are going up and all that. But it was just like, and it was 21 days in a row of doing the show, and
every day was just
so I had to work nights. So you got picked up at 10 at night.
Yeah.
Got taken to a jungle. I had to watch the show and I had to write 3 minutes of stand up about the show with no writer or anyone, just on my own.
Wow.
And then we rehearsed it and I did it live on the show at 8 a.m. in the morning.
And had anyone gone over it to go?
There was Steve Parry, who's a brilliant comedy writer, writes the actual words of the show that like Laura Whitmore would use to present the show.
Right.
And he'd come with me and go over it and like work through it with me. But he had another job. He only did that because he was a pal and he was being helpful. But I had to write 3 minutes of stand up every day, and some days were good, some days were bad.
Wow.
And I had to write a bit for the end. So it was really intense.
And this is your first big TV job?
TV thing. Also, I've never even done a school play. I did some open mic gigs, did the Edinburgh Fringe, somehow got on the telly, and now I'm just on the telly. On my own. No idea what I'm doing.
And you're the other side of the world as well.
I didn't even have a laptop. I had to buy a laptop for it.
Can they lend you?
And I'm in the other side of the world in the jungle doing nights. Following Ant and Dec.
Oh, man.
So I did 21 shows in a row, because that's what it is. Brutal schedule, killer. And then I just come home and I was just so down. I just killed it. Exhausted me, and I had all this negativity coming about me. And everyone was going, all my mates thought I got paid like £10 million. So they all thought, you didn't really, it was like good, decent money, but it weren't life-changing money. No. Like, it was just like, it was basically, that job was like having a decent office job. But I had to work 1 month for it, right? Which is good, but then...
And you were getting sold out abuse.
But I don't fucking work anywhere else. So basically, I'm just the same money as my mates was working in an office. Everyone thought I was like king of the telly. And then loads of people shouting and stuff at me from like... Because basically, I come back from that and I was basically famous.
Yeah.
Like in that small world of people that watch it. Not like mega famous, but...
Well, I remember when you and I, we'd go and play squash.
Yes.
And then there was it was one time that we were just queuing up to pay, and there was... You could see people, they weren't necessarily coming over to you.
But it was a different reaction. And it literally went from, like, literally within a month, and I didn't notice it gradually because I was in Australia, and I come back after a month and it was like, oh, you're a bit famous now. But like instantly. There weren't any sort of like slow process, because 2 million people watching you every night for... They
just knew you.
Yeah, and it was all just like normal people in the street type people who watched that show. So then I found that really, really difficult. I just wasn't coping with it, really stressed, and then I was really just down. So then I went to the GP, and then they just referred me for some like counselling sessions. Yeah. So I had like, not like 10 counselling sessions all on the NHS, and that was amazing. It was really good because I could talk it all through, work it all out.
Brilliant.
And then I read the Ruby Wax book, The Same New World, which was like my Bible of calming my brain down a bit, and everything she said she went through, I was like, oh, that's what I'm like. And I find a lot of stuff about mental health, the books are too wordy and too academic. Yeah. This book's great because Ruby studied to be a psychologist, because she got like mental health problems, been to the Priory and stuff. She studied to be a psychologist and said, okay, I understand how to help people with these problems, but why is that happening? And they went, I don't know, speak to a brain doctor. Right. So she studied neuroscience at Oxford.
Really?
So she's got a degree in neuroscience and she's a psychologist. So she's done both sides of it. So she knows why it happens. Yeah. And she knows what to say to make you feel better about.
Holy shit.
Improve it. And she does a brilliant live show, Stay the World, and all this, and then the book's amazing. So I read that, did loads of CBT, and then did mindfulness, meditation, which really helped, and then recently I do if I'm lacking a bit of confidence, do like, motivational things on the same thing I listen to if I'm going to the gym. Do you know what I mean? But like I might listen to that before a gig just to pep me up a little bit, like an Al Pacino speech from Any Given Sunday. But that basically that counselling, I've never really had to go counselling, but I haven't had to go counselling since, but it was just such an influx of just pressure, instant pressure, and I was exhausted,
and no one had warned you before.
No, I had nothing, and I was sort of like, here you come, Rob, off you go. Like, they were lovely though on the show, and if I asked for help, they probably would have helped me, but it was just like chucked into the firing line almost, and it was just too much. But the counselling helped me bring it all down, calm it, and then throughout the counselling, they gave me like CBT stuff to do and mindfulness, and then that now keeps me on the right path. The same way, if I get a fat belly, I go on the treadmill. Yeah, right. If I'm getting a bit stressed and down, I'll listen to motivational speech or do mindfulness.
So you got things in place,
or read that book, or do a scene. So I've got the things in place which help me keep it level. Yeah, so it doesn't go too far one way or the other.
So that's really interesting, because when I was growing up, I know I'm a bit older than you, but that people like men talk about feelings and men going to see a counsellor, which I've had counselling as well. I think it's important. I think everybody needs someone that go and talk to someone. But growing up, you would have been seen as like, oh, what are you doing that for?
Yeah,
it wasn't very manly.
I think it's changing a little bit now. Like it's still got a long way to go. But I think people are just aware that you just need to just talk and get stuff. It's because your brain's just a part of your body. The same way as if you was limping into the pub, your mates wouldn't go, well, you're going to go and see a physiotherapist? What, are you some sort of fucking tar? Physiotherapist, just limp and be sad. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
just deal with it, mate.
Yeah, I've got a broken arm. What are you going to go see some doctor or something, you loser? But it's just, the thing now is just that people have to accept it's just a different part, The same way it's like, if you're diabetic, you're allowed some insulin. No one goes, fucking pussy.
Have another sausage, mate.
Who's this absolute pussy regulating their sugar? Do you know what I mean? Emily Dean's got a really good podcast. She does called Walking the Dog, and she asks a lot of people that question, like, what is it you think when you leave a room? Like, what do you think people are thinking about? Like, which is quite a question. Like, I think sometimes if I leave a room, like, people, what could be as negative, I see as a positive. People go, God, he's relentless, isn't he? He don't stop, does he? And for me, I'm like, yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? That for me is like, when people say to me, God, you're relentless, you don't shut up. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm busy, I've got stuff I want to do. Like, I want to just
living life.
I'm fucking loving it, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I sort of, but I'm very good at any negative. I think it's just through practice, just turn a negative into a positive. That's like, so I'm quite good at being able to do, and I enjoy twisting it. So if anyone said, "Oh, well, that'd be good because of that," and we've got and like forget it, move on. Yeah,
that's what I've always liked about you. Every time I've spent time with you, you do definitely come away from you feeling buoyed, and you kind of go, "Wow, I'm pumped, mate!" Yeah. Like that first time I came and did your radio show, Absolute.
Oh yeah,
and I'd never really done anything before, and it was about football, and I don't really follow football, so I was all nervous. I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Oh God! And as I walk into the brand new painted fucking doors, I dropped me coffee, and it went everywhere. Oh, yeah. And then you come out, you went, what have you done? I went, I've just done. And you were like, all right, we'll sort it out, don't worry about that. And you were just so like, it doesn't matter, come and do this. Yeah, it's all right.
A lot of has gone on in radio studios in the 80s, mate. People kept job pretending. It's been a lot worse than that.
But even that, you're just very good at just picking people up and going, yeah, we're doing this. Like when we've been on tour, and I've supported you on tour, and just after I've been on, and you've been really positive about what I did, and it's a credit to you, mate.
Thanks. That's very kind of you.
Yeah, so whatever you're doing, it's working.
Well, I think it's more of a happy accident than anything I sort of planned. I just think it's so hard. It's so hard what we're trying to do, but life in general, whether it's comic, like if you're not a comic listens, it's so hard to go to work, make sure that you're there for the kids or your mum, your dad, your brothers, but there for your mates. It's so hard to do it, and like you feel like you can't do it. Like if you don't believe that you can do it, then why should anyone else do it? And I've always been, quite a good I feel like I've always been a good salesperson. I could just sell stuff, so I can just. Even I sell myself. I sell something to myself. If I'm like, oh, that's not really very good. I go, yeah, well, Rob, because of this, because of that, and just bullshit. It's mainly bullshit. Yeah, but it works. Yeah, of course it is. So as long as it gets you through it,
it's nonsense.
I've got to put and it's the same with gigging now. Like I died on my arse a few weeks ago. Like this corporate gig, and brutally died on my arse.
Oh, really?
But I've got to the point now where I will still deliver it like I am smashing the O2. I will still. I'm dying inside. Like sort of that. Like in the Back to the Future when he starts just falling away from the picture. That's how I feel. I feel like my body's just falling apart and it's just a head trying to talk. And that's how I feel as well. But I've got good at just looking like this is good, isn't it? And then I came up and walked that door, and I was with the tour manager. I just sprinted, just ran away because it was like a proper fight or flight reaction. I just sprinted back to my hotel room. Because I had to have the release because I'd sort of been putting up that wall. And I was like, on the drive back, I was so funny, I was just sitting there in silence. And then occasionally I was going,
just going back over it.
And then the promoter person was like, okay, yeah, well, but to be fair as well, it weren't that bad.
No.
But for me,
you've got a certain level.
People watch it. There wasn't complete silence. People laughing at bits and stuff like that. And it's not me trying to big myself up on that, but people say, "Oh, died dead," but it was bad. But they wouldn't really have noticed that much because if they saw my gig the night before and then saw that, they'd have gone, that way well wasn't as good as before. But like it's more like your own self.
Of course it is, yeah.
And I was like, and then I was like, yeah, it was a good. Yeah, really respectful crowd, really listened, really intently listened. And that's me. But I will forget that. If a bad memory of something, I will just forget it happens. If someone goes to me, I remember that time that gig. No, and I'm not. I genuinely go, oh yeah, but my brain just goes get rid of that.
Why lug it about?
Exactly. So I'm quite good at just dropping it because then the tour manager bloke texted me this morning and he missed a couple of turn-offs on the way back and he texted me and went, oh, thanks for last night. I was like, sorry, I was a bit of a div, missing a couple of turn-offs, but we got home in the end. Good gig. And I was went, because I hadn't had his number saved.
Right.
Who's that? I went, oh yeah, that bloke, that gig I died at last night. Because my brain had already deleted it.
It's gone like, nah, no point.
There's no point that being in there. Because if you keep it in there, I'll be on stage on tour and all of a sudden it's sort of going okay. So go, remember that time you died? Oh my God. Get out.
I did that recently. I have to physically tell myself to stop worrying about stuff I did when I was 10. Why are you remembering that? Like I was thinking about, that was it. It was last year, so it was 2018, and then I'd gone 30 years ago. I left school 30 years ago, and then I had that job at Curry's selling tellies. And then I decided I didn't want to go, and I was crying down the phone to the fella because I didn't want to do it.
And it's all that shame.
And I'm going, and I'm like, what am I lugging that about?
I know.
That bloke doesn't remember who I was.
Yeah.
Just some kid from the...
It's the same with sometimes I used to worry what I was wearing a lot.
Right.
Like going out for a night out. Remember that?
Yeah.
What I'm going to wear. Then at one point I had realisation. I was in a bar. I went, no one cares. Because they're all worried about what everyone else is thinking about their outfit. So you've got a room full of people worried about what everyone thinks of their outfit, but no one's looking because they're all worried about their own one. And I went, this is great. I don't have to care now because they don't care. They're worried about what they've got on. So it's like, I can do what I want. No one gives a shit. I think as well, I've been quite lucky, but my mum and dad have always been very positive and confident, belief in me all the time, and really sort of quite wise things. Were I remember once I was at union, I tried to become the entertainment officer, which basically meant you booked the entertainment in the week in the union. I thought that'd be a great job. Basically, start trying to get into comedy, but not doing it properly. And then I lost out. You have to get a vote, and I lost out. And I went to. I just texted her. I went, I lost. Oh, I lost the vote. She went, no, you didn't. They did. And that was it. Right. And I was like, what was that? They did, whatever, Mum. But I was like, but what she didn't do was go, it's okay, baby. Do you want me to come round? She didn't pander me, but she went, no, they didn't. You did. So quite a matter of fact.
Just that positivity
just
again,
a little, and stuff like that. And whenever I've done these big shows or big things. I remember I was putting Russell Kane on tour, and that was the first time I did Hammersmith Apollo, right? And that was the dream to do Hammersmith Apollo. Whether doing it in your own name was just no, never gonna happen. But just to be on that stage, and I texted my mum, and she was on holiday. She went, "Oh no, sorry, we can't come on holiday. I'll come when you do it next time."
What?
And I was a bit like, "What do you mean you can't come?" And I was like, just even in that text of when you do it next time, it's like the absolute. And I did do it next time.
She smashed it.
But it's that thing where there's just little things she said, and the other this and when you do get big opportunities, you always say, "Oh, just because the situation changes doesn't mean you have to." So you can start telling yourself, doing absolute radio, it's like proper radio. The reason I booked you is because I want Rich Wilson. The worst thing you can do is adapt your behaviour.
There you go.
Because and just because the situation, you're in love with the Apollo. Oh God, just go out and do your set.
Just why you're there.
The situation, you don't change. The situation changes. So you just turn up and do you. But then the other thing that she said, which is right and really haunting, about happiness, she went, "You're only as happy as your unhappiest child."
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God.
All right, so I've got to go. Thanks, Mum.
It's true. Now I've had kids, I'm like, that's so right. Because you are. I could be living the life. But my daughter comes up and goes, they won't play with me at school. I'm like, well, my life's over now. I can't enjoy anything ever again now. I've got to sort this out.
Yeah. It's so true.
You could have I could be on Netflix. You could have all the money in the world. O2 Arena sold out. Bush, absolutely. I'm the king. Yeah. One of the kids comes home saying that. You're like, oh no, look, that doesn't mean anything.
I'm done now.
And now I'm on the stage of the O2 going, oh, maybe if we just get a couple of the other kids over for a play date. And I'm trying to do.
There's your head on big screens at the side.
Anyway, just so because she did say one of her friends likes pasta. Maybe we could do pasta making.
But it's good. It's good that you still have that. You still have still have one foot in reality. Because it must get to a point with what you're doing, there's a lot of in this industry. There's a lot of bollocks.
I can see how people turn into like dicks, basically.
Yeah.
But I think what's been good for all my family are very like normal, and no one's up my arse. No one's up my arse at all. It's like just like when I come home. Like when I had a really bad gig, died on my arse. I said, I texted my wife, it's awful, it's terrible, I just feel horrendous. She went, it's okay, we'll just like think of the money and get paid and come home and it's a new day tomorrow. And I know, but it's good money, but I don't know if I should do it because it's like making me feel that's so stressed. And she went, yeah, you'll be alright. And can you get some ham from the services as well? Literally 2 texts down, didn't wait 10 minutes.
Didn't even give you a moment. Anyway.
And then like so I got in at like midnight and went to bed about 1 a.m. like last night, for example. But I said my wife had been up with the kids all week, so I said no, I'll get up with the kids. Yeah. So I'm up at 6. I could quite easily like, no, actually I've got to do a TV thing tomorrow, so I want to lend you that. But you could, but I think no, I want to. Yeah. That's more important than that. I'd rather, and and stuff like that. So like, but you can see how you could get a little bit precious and go, actually I've got to do this thing. It's actually quite stressful, what we've got. But like, it's as stressful as you make it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think Seinfeld's a great example of how to do well and be happy. Because he just and he's done transcendental meditation for years. Yeah, that's what I want to do. But you have to do like 3 or 4 days in a row, 3 hours a day. I'm like, I'll get that gap, won't I? Oh, sorry, Lou, take the kids. I've got to do a bit of transcendental meditation. Absolutely.
I'm going to put this flotation tank.
Exactly. But yeah, I think he's a good example of someone who, if you love the craft, then nothing else matters. I see people in Instagram going, getting picked up in my Merc today, going to do telly stuff, and I'm like, look, mate, if you're a big dog, you get picked up in a Merc every day. It ain't a photo opportunity, and you ain't a big dog yet. Because you're still taking pictures of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were genuinely smashing it, this ain't a novelty to you. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's brilliant. So, you're still taking pictures of it. Oh, God.
You ain't doing that work. If you think this is newsworthy, you ain't smashing it. Because when you're really doing it, that's day to day.
As it is.
And it ain't my day to day yet, but I know people who it is, and they ain't taking pictures of it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, mate, that's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. It's so true.
And then they start going like, just live my life here. Just don't hate at me. I was like, no one gives a fuck about you, mate.
Stop putting pictures up.
Yeah, exactly.
I found it. There's been a couple of times you end up. You end up I've ended up in VIP areas in clubs and that. And you go, this is shit. I'm in a roped off area. All the rest of the club having a great time. I'm stood in the corner with this.
Getting stared at.
They go, who's that fucking knobhead?
But I've never really done all that, because I think I came into it a little bit, not late, but I was like 23 when I started. So I got my getting drunk out my system. I hit it hard from like 18 to 25 years of working in London, going out and drinking, and sort of got out of my system a little bit. Whereas like, I love doing stand-up. So my ideal like night out is to go and do a gig. I fucking love gigs. Like sometimes it's not if you've got to drive to the middle of nowhere or you've done 10, but like if I've got a bit of time off, perfectly, like let's go to do a gig in a nice club. We're on the bill with like mates like Youre on a mates, and then have a couple of beers after.
Love it.
Like I just love doing it. But there's people that get into it because they want to be famous. They love the idea of being a comic rather than the actual graft of doing it.
Yeah, right.
And I think they're the ones that get a little bit, easily caught up and get a bit flash and stuff like that. And sometimes I don't think not many comedians are like it.
No,
because you've got tangible skill.
Yeah.
So like when I go out and I get you do a gig and they love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel content. That's good feeling, and also people watch it and go, oh, he's good.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're sometimes if you're like on telly, like reality star, so then I sometimes act like a bit of a star in order to get the respect. To go, I'll leave them waiting and all that kind of stuff. But what I do is I ring people bang on the time. I'm telling them I'm going to ring them a bit earlier to be really keen. Because then that panics them more than ringing late. Everyone rings late.
Well, that was it. I mean, I've done a few of these now, and I've gone to people's houses, and I've made a point of being on time, and because I don't know, I just don't want to. I don't want to think I'm a dick. I want to. I'm doing this. I'm just professional. I'm not
exactly. Yeah. My aim would be like to get to like the biggest comic like going that could be a prick and get away with it, but still be really nice.
Yeah.
I think that's even more powerful than being a dick, isn't it?
Man.
It's a bit more like panicky, isn't it? If you're like, you should be a knob. You can get away with being an absolute knob.
That's it. If you can get up there, and you're not far off. You're at that point where you've got there on your own terms. You haven't been a dick to anyone.
Yeah.
And that must be an amazing feeling. You know what I mean? Because you
never like. I still feel like I'm a new comic coming through, but then I do bits and bobs, and I go actually no, you're like, and it's weird because you don't want to sound like you're being flashed, but like no, actually you're on the telly a lot now, like you're hosting your own shows type thing, and you're on stuff that's on like, it's not just like when I first started and you do like 50 greatest plastic surgery shockers. Nothing wrong with doing that, but you can't. It's like you sort of are on TV, but you're not on TV in that sort of weird little middle area. But I just sort of I still just think, hopefully that'll get recommitted. I'm still in that same mindset, just like I hope that because it's all going well now. But like I've got like 2 or 3 shows on the telly, which is great. But if the channel go, we don't want them back. I've got nothing. I've got a tour, so I go on tour, and I'm not gonna starve. But it's very quick to go from you're the bloke off the TV to go. Did you used to do TV? No, it don't take long. And the key thing, my plan is. The main thing I think with anyone doing comedy, whether you're on telly or not on telly, is just managing the plateau, because everyone's career goes zoom at whatever level. So if you're McIntyre, zoom to 10 Nights at the O2, or if you're at a different level where you go zoom and you do really well, you're like, I've got my own Radio 4 sitcom and I sell out Soho Theatre for a week. Amazing. Like when I first started, I just wanted to be able to get on the circuit. So you get up to there, but then there'll be a point where McIntyre does 5 Nights at the O2, and the person that done the Radio 4 show and the Soho Theatre does a week and does 3 nights. But both McIntyre and that person have got to get their head around not being wanted as much. Even though that person doing the Soho Theatre is going, what do you mean you got the ump only doing 5 nights? But I'm only doing 4 nights. But there'll be someone on the circuit going, what I'd give to have a Radio 4 show.
Yeah, man.
I can't believe you're moaning that you only get one, and you can only do 3 nights at Soho Theatre.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
And then that person that's in all the clubs, there's someone below them going, but I can't even get an open mic gig now, and you get to still with the club. So like everyone at whatever level you're at goes through the same feeling, because it goes up and then it levels out a bit. But it's just as long as you're okay with it where it levels. Yeah. Because it's fine now, like taking pictures of the Murty getting picked up. It'll be in Addison Lee within a week, which is still great. You're still getting the cab to work. It's still amazing. Don't lose sight of that. Don't sit in the Addison Lee with the ump. And that's the danger.
So true. It's so true, man.
And then McIntyre might be at the point going, I haven't got my own driver now. I've got to just get a Merc. And it's not easy when it was my own car. But as long as you're okay with that drop off, and accept it,
keep an eye on it. Yeah.
And people, read The Secret now. And go, no. If I just imagine it happens. Well. It won't. It might for a bit, but it will drop off. You can imagine it as much as you want. Why don't you start imagining it dropping off a bit and just make sure you're ready for it, so you don't have a full mental breakdown, because it's going to happen.
Start doing a Noel Edmonds and asking the universe. Yeah.
Well, I imagined it, but I'm still in an Addison Lee.
Did you ever have imposter syndrome? I've recently, the last couple of years, I feel like I've earned my place. So I don't feel out of place in green rooms now. I feel like when I'm with like some of the older comics or people going longer than me, I don't feel like they're above me now. I just feel like I'm part of it. Did you ever?
I always have those moments a little bit, but it's human nature. You think, what am I doing here? But I don't know. I think in comedy, the results are so tangible. That if you are getting the laughs. Well, why should you feel it? My career was a bit. It did accelerate quite quickly, because I went to Adelaide and got basically an hour for 3 weeks. I did an hour every day for 3 weeks. So I come back a lot more advanced than my peers, because I've been going 3 years, but I had the experience of a 6-year comic, basically, because I did so many hours. And when I first did Out of 10 Cats, I remember sitting there and I felt like I've got a good seat. I didn't feel like I was on the show. So it's weird. I'll have moments where I'm like, oh God, I shouldn't be here. Then moments where I'm like, no. But then it goes back to, at home I'll have those moments. Or once I walk through that green room or work in that TV studio, even if I deep down feel like I don't deserve to be there, I am there. Right. So feeling that won't help. No. It's not going to help, is it? Yes. Even if it's the truth. So you've got to lie to them. Well, if I weren't good enough, I wouldn't be here. But and also, not only am I good enough, I'm the best one. and have that mentality. And even if you don't believe it, but just try and force yourself to believe it.
Yeah.
Because then you'll act like
you're
right. doing it. But like, it doesn't help to walk in and feel, I don't deserve to be here, because it's not going to help you do your gig either. No, and also then they're winning if they're giving you a bit of shit. Do you know? So I did the Jonathan Ross show with Kevin Hart, right?
Wow.
So it's Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart, and now I'm going on after Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. So like, even now, like, got speaking, I'm remembering I'm nervous. So I'm sitting there going, I've got to follow Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, I would say, is one of the, if not the biggest comedians in the world, right? And also, not only that, he is the best on a chat show, isn't he? He's so energetic. And if you think I'm up, he's up. Do you know what I mean? And he's up there, because I'm like worrying now, because I'm like, oh God, but if he's too up, then how can I be up like that? And then I was like, and I went, no, you've got to go for it. You've got to give it some and not back down. It's like, but I think you really like sort of respected that I went in and give it some and was trying. I was going, no, leave it. I kept calling him Kev and stuff like that. and then he started bigging me up in the end, because that's
the way I saw that when he picked up your tour.
Picked up my tour, and I think it is a bit like, and I thought there was no need to worry, because I'm no threat to him, no, at all. I'm just a British comic on this show, right? And I've come in full of energy, positivity, and trying to be funny. I'm not mugging anyone off. No, trying to be. And then I remember, like, actually, we're as much as we all slack off other comedians, or like there's comedians I can't even watch. I think it's all their stuff's awful. Yeah. But I'll always respect them, of course, as a comic, because they get up and do it, even if I don't like it, and people do like it. Yeah. I will always go, even if I think you're rubbish. I've got that union with you, that we go through that same thing that actors and singers and they don't do. Yeah. We do this, and I think on that show it's a bit like that, where it was like, I'm going to big you up because I know how hard it is what you do, and with that little thing, and he was really nice to me and stuff like that, and actually, but I could have really bottled that and really packed. Remember, I tell you who did really well. Ian Sterling did really well on Jonathan Ross when Peter Kay was on it. Yeah, he had to go on after Peter Kay was on, but he was hungry, Ian, as well, and that little bit of nervous energy helped, and he had a really good set, like, as it were, on there. And I think you just got to, even if you don't feel worthy, feel as unworthy as you want at home. Yeah, they're not doing you a favour by having you on. There's a reason you're on. Yeah, but at home you can think, I don't deserve this. I shouldn't be doing this. But once you walk in there, switch. You're meant to be there. I remember Alex Ferguson's book. He said when he goes out and does a press conference, and I do this sometimes before I go out and do a gig. He's like, they want Alex Ferguson. They don't want what you're feeling at the moment. No. And like, as much as I'm Rob Beckett on stage, I'm the Rob Beckett that is presented as a comedian. I don't walk out and go, oh, I have a nightmare with the kids at home. And sometimes there's jokes like that, but it's not. Yeah, but you're not. I'm not actually catching up with mates. You're delivering a performance. You're performing, and, and Alex Ferguson's like, some days you feel like I've got no energy. I'm not that fiery, confident, passionate, successful manager. Yeah. But that press conference is waiting for Alex Ferguson. So you've just got to turn it on. It's going to work, isn't it? Of course it is, It's just a hobby. I love it. Like, you aren't going to work, you've just got to go to work. Yeah, in order to keep those gigs coming and that, Well, it must be GPs or surgeons, like, oh God, it's a tough thing, but you don't want to go in and go, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this surgery. Get away from me. You've got, even, because you probably can, but it's just a mental thing telling you you can't. So you've just got, I've just worked really hard at switching to, I can do this. Yeah, even brilliant. If I genuinely think I can't. Yeah. And then after a while, when you convince yourself so much, you don't really know if you think you can or you can't. You just go out and do something. I think and the more you do these things, the more you're used to it. You get used to it. I think less and do more. Yeah. It's great. People like, and at the moment there's a big thing like, just analyse. I just want to analyse how that makes me feel, what you said, and I think there's definitely a space for like counselling and stuff like that. But sometimes it can be black and white. Yeah, you can. I'm just going to do that. You can't overthink why you're doing it or what you're doing. Just do it, especially with comedy, because you only get better on stage. Yes. You can sit at home going, but why does that bit work? To go and do that and find out. Yeah. Think less, do more. And just do it, and then you'll find out on the way. I think that's what it's so important now, that yes, we need to have these conversations, and yes, we need to be thinking about the way things are, especially the way men have behaved in the past, and men we've grown up with, that we've been out on a night out and they're all a bit, oh, look at her fucking smash into that, and you're going, oh but really in your head, like, oh fuck, this is horrible, but not doing, so, but at the same time you can go too far the other way yes, and overanalyze everything he's ever said and stuff like that. But I think that's a bit more of a different thing with like pulling people up on what they're saying. But I think it's like an individual personal thing of if you're worrying about a thing or doing a thing, just do it.
Just do it.
You've got to go and do it and like. And you'll surprise yourself with like the adrenaline when you're there. Like, people just like going for like trying to get a bit fit, just going for a run, just get up and go out and walk. You can just walk around the block and come home again. But then the next night do it twice. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
I think I would waste time going. Yeah, maybe if I got that pair of shoes.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good for my feet because the way my body's built. Or but maybe if I cut out grey, just
go do it.
Just do it. Just do something.
Yeah. But it's funny, isn't it? It's just that I've said this to people before. If you just do whatever you do differently to what you did yesterday, it's still progress.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you just go, I'm gonna have a cup of tea. I'm not gonna have a biscuit with it today.
Yeah,
just a little thing.
Yeah,
and then it gets to a point you go, oh, I've not had a biscuit in ages.
And if I can't find that motivation, that's when I put on like a YouTube motivation thing, and then just get up and walk to that or do something. I don't know. I think sometimes you can sit and plan and procrastinate and go, let's do it, just do it, just get it done.
Just do it.
Well, we went and bought curtains within a minute. We went in there and curtains feels like something that could spend weeks. Yeah. And we went just get some curtains. I mean, they're the curtains, you can see, Rich. They're just quite plain curtains, aren't they? For me, the best curtain you can buy is a curtain no one notices.
Yeah, right.
I've never noticed a nice pair, but I've certainly noticed some shockers.
See, I go the other way. I like them bright and...
Well, yeah, that's your thing, isn't it? But for me... I'll probably think your curtains are awful.
Probably.
But for me, they're great. Just plain, you don't even notice.
They do the job, stop mucking about.
I can't see the sun. That's what I'm here for. And people can't see me at night.
That's it, yeah.
And really, like when we booked them, someone went, you've decided on curtains already? I went, yeah, sure. What do they look like? I went, no idea. Perfect. Couldn't tell you what they look like.
But they did the job and I'm happy.
It's not even about having more money to be able to do that. It's like, I remember I used to beat myself up because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Like, if I was making, I was like, I'm going to make Lou a bit of work, my wife a bit of work. Now I'll make some guacamole for mixing. I'll make a homemade guacamole, right? And I go out, but I couldn't find any coriander and limes. I'd find myself driving up 5 different shops because I've decided I've got no. But then recently I was just like, I'm not going to have guacamole. I'm going to buy a pot of it and never think about it ever again. So just do it, just get that. Don't not go, and instead of going, oh no, I did think I was going to do it, and I have said I'm going to do it, and like trying to please people and trying to please my own way. Just go, no, just do it, just get that, and don't even think, oh, just pick up 2 pieces. It's done. I'm just like just sort of really shorten decision because you can spend weeks for going like, oh no, well, because you had to oh, what door handles you want?
Oh, I know.
Like, I don't know. I don't care.
But that just being immediate.
But then you're not worrying about it, and it's like, and there is something in that thing of like, I know, Einstein had one outfit, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
He has 7 suits, with like 7 shirts and 7 ties, and you just wear that every day. And there's something in that. Like,
there is
the thought of just taking unnecessary decisions out of your life.
Yeah,
but just have that. Don't try and overcomplicate it. And,
So that's the thing. I've got a billion pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
I've got all these scarves and hats and sometimes like that. I wish I just wore tracksuits.
Exactly.
What's wrong with me? I'm making work for myself.
I know, yeah. But if you're into fashion, it's different, isn't it? Like, I just think I'm just really trying. I think maybe as well when you become a dad, and especially at the stage I'm at, I've got 1 year old and a 3-year-old. It's like you have no time anyway. So I'll just really I will suffer like a shit film just because I'll just watch it. Yeah, I'm not just good at it. I just think
I don't need to think about anything.
I don't want to.
Or when you're driving around Bromley looking for figs. It's just
I don't want to.
I did that the other day. I was in Shoeburyness. I was driving around. And my missus said, we just need figs, go with the cheese. I'm like, are you fucking mental? And then they went, no, I haven't got any. I went, how can you run out of figs in Shoebury?
But then that ruins your day. The fig drop. And I find myself getting worked up. And then you're having a bit of road rage with someone.
I know, over figs.
Yeah. And then,
and you go, who am I?
What? Yeah, but what does it even matter?
It doesn't matter.
Don't have any cheese. Don't have it. But I said I would.
Yeah.
Say you won't. But you get what the Ruby Wax book's really good because she said she got obsessed with a certain type of blue cushion. She spent hours and hours trying to research and find this blue cushion.
Yeah, right.
She's like, I don't know, what's it matter?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because I think that's the thing, you get so used to something anyway.
Yeah.
The arguments we had over these sofas, I couldn't even tell you what they look like. I think I've got a grey one and a blue one.
You just decide it doesn't matter. But it's funny, isn't it? Growing, like when we, again, going back to how we grew up, very working class. I never had mayonnaise until I was 19 when I left home.
mate.
Yeah, never had it. It was all salad cream and it was all very basic indoors. So now I'm arguing over figs.
I think we've just got too many options.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I was listening to your the Magic Sponge podcast. And again, I don't follow football, but it was interesting listening to that, listening to Paul Merson, and I listened to, what's his name, David Bentley.
Yeah, he's mad, isn't he?
Yeah, and it was really interesting to go, wow, there is that laddie kind of, that we've grown up with.
Yeah, I still existed in football.
Yeah.
Very ladsy, that
shitting in things. There's a lot of shitting in things.
I don't know what happens to men, but they will just shit in things if they're in a group together.
Yeah, women don't do that. Oh, I don't know.
We know of.
No, but I don't know any stories of. I was out with the girls, shat in her handbag.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but it happened. It's odd. But then maybe that's because girls, because of society, are expected to be like sensible and pretty, and like, oh no, don't ruffle anyone's feathers, and where blokes can get away with that because of.
Mate, are you all right for time? Are we good?
Just a bit, a bit longer if you want.
So I've just clapped. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah,
we're good.
Wicked. Cheers, man.
Lovely.
Enjoyed it. I don't know what we spoke about.
It doesn't matter. This is all about having the conversations and showing everyone that we're not sex offenders yet. There's still time. We'll edit this out.
Insane in the membrane.